Hey people, this is Mindful Talks podcast. Welcome to the 8th episode of #TechSetGo. So today we're going to speak all about serverless architecture for cloud-based app development. We're going to discuss some top benefits and its challenges as well. Gone are the days when developers had to think much about servers during the app development. They needed lots of strategies and budgets for purchasing or leasing, powering, and placing these servers before having them set up in the data center. But then they got the concept of serverless architecture. Serverless architecture is a highly demanding method for cloud-based app development where you need to outsource the server's deployment and maintenance to third parties. Developers who don't want to maintain the basic infrastructure needed for testing, running, and distributing app code generally go for the serverless architecture. The serverless IT infrastructure will be maximized in the future. Hence, if you still haven't explored this technology, you can soon plan to use it. Undoubtedly, this technology lowers functional complications, reduces expenses, and boosts DevOps efficiency. The definition of serverless architecture is when a third-party vendor offers the infrastructure as BaaS, that is, backend as a service. We call it serverless architecture. You must install an API to register for this cloud-based infrastructure and use the services offered. The payment mode of using this infrastructure is viable enough for any company or individual. The framework of this cloud-based architecture for the app development should have these elements. The first is security token service. Serverless users use the API offered by third-party providers to log into the system and utilize its services. The second is web server. The web server needed to perform client apps should be potent enough to deal with all the static CSS, HTML and JavaScript needed. The third element is FaaS solution, that is function as a service. Solution is an essential component of the serverless infrastructure. The fourth is user verification. In a standard serverless environment, clients usually register for the service. And then the serverless computing ensures every end user can register and log into the application conveniently. The fifth element is client software. The client interface should perform on the client side regardless of what your server infrastructure's condition. Hence, client app can easily run on a web server. The sixth element is database. Whether an app is built and managed on a serverless infrastructure or not, its data must be stored in a database. In short, a strong database has become an essential part of this cloud-based infrastructure. Now, let's discuss why serverless computing is beneficial for app development. The first major point is quick start. Serverless computing features BaaS building blocks for standard functions. Therefore, you get instant solutions for APIs, databases, file storage, and so on. The second point is high scalability. Serverless applications can scale up or down according to the number of users increasing or decreasing. When a function should run on several instances, the servers kickstart, run, and finish as and when required using containers. The third point is improved efficacy. Conventional servers must be running always. However, you should pay per request with serverless infrastructure while using the server. This boosts efficacy as there is no worry about setup, scaling, and capacity planning. The fourth major point is low operational expenses. Human resources and infrastructure are two primary costs for any project. Serverless computing lowers the infrastructure expenses a lot since people focus more on software building solutions instead of maintaining the architecture. Their productivity grows. The fifth point is improved latency. The app's response is an essential point that impacts on application's performance. Latency is based on physical location, and using the worldwide access points, serverless apps can deal with global users. The sixth major point is instant updates and deployments. A serverless infrastructure doesn't require you to upload code to the servers for backend configurations for launching an app version. Developers can easily upload codes and launch the new version. The seventh point is improved operation management. Legacy systems have provided the architecture for maximizing companies' software. Since these systems repress innovation, dependency on them can be harmful for a business. By using serverless infrastructure, business should consider innovation since the providers deal with all the architectural requirements. The seventh point is enhanced pivoting. Serverless computing makes execution and maintenance easier than on traditional servers. Many businesses think they have targeted the right audience or that their product has been perfectly developed. I must tell you that even serverless architecture has certain challenges or some hindrances that we are going to discuss. The first point is complexity. Creating a serverless architecture takes time and has some complexities. Determining every function's size is essential while building a serverless app. For small functions, developers can grow into a massive combination of functions in the name of the app. Development, testing, debugging, and monitoring are difficult to optimize in terms of bigger functions. Choosing tools for every step of solution creation is another challenge experienced by the developers. The second point is security. Serverless infrastructures are distributed across public cloud environments. They have more surface area than conventional applications. Hence, check functions with more fair IAM policies, unauthorized requests, and outdated libraries. The third point is inadequacy of operational metrics and tools. Many operations in a serverless app are tough to understand. Presently, the third party is not launching a sufficient number of operational metrics. The fourth is third-party API problems. While using serverless infrastructure, developers don't control their own apps. And when end users use these apps, the performance of third-party APIs may pose many challenges like loss of functionality, forced updating, security, vendor control, and etc. The fifth is warm or cold startup issues. It's challenging to resolve the service speed in serverless functions. Functions that are left unused for a long time are known as cold functions. Functions that are in use currently are cold warm functions. Cold functions take more time to release than the warm ones. So yes, when can you use serverless architecture? There are certain examples like you want to lower development expenses without compromising on quality. The next point is your applications have unnecessary server load. The next point is you wish to create effective solutions instead of keeping up with architecture. The fourth point is the applications are made to be constantly changed. And the last point is you are seeking automatic scaling up without engaging in complications. So yeah, you wanna hear a secret? Let me tell you that Mind Inventory is one of those organizations or the only organization that works in a pattern that will make your business model even serverless. Because Mind Inventory understands the client's needs, then they decide on a specific tech stack for the serverless application. Next, they offer an app building strategy and confirm the estimates. Then they start building the system infrastructure and writing documentation. Ultimately, then they arrange the environment for data storage. This is why they use Amazon Redshift or Amazon S3 bucket data warehouse clusters. Also, they suggest exploring AWS Lambda on the app backend. For this matter, they create functions for your website and set them up. So yes, all I can say is get in touch with Mind Inventory team. You can visit www.mindinventory.com and you can just select a serverless architecture for modern app development. We'll see you in the next episode. Till then, keep on advancing.